chopsticks, I'm trying to bad one. Trying to finesse this maid lineage, she a bad one.
As a sense of who we are as a people, right? And we will be subjugated to our enemies, man. We will be subjugated to the so-called white man. We will be subjugated to the so-called Arab man. We'll be subjugated to all these other people, and they would be on top of us, right? That's why the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, we're at the bottom of society, man. We're over here telling our people we have to wake up and come back to the so-called law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, man. That's right. What's up, bro? How you doing? You doing good, man?
Sorry?
I was just wondering if you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
What's your name, man?
Rohan.
Rohan, nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you. Iloan, right? So I see you're interested up here, man. What we're coming out here to do is tell the Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, right? They're the so-called true descendants of the so-called the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Right? You ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. What's your nationality, man?
I'm from the Bay Area, actually. I grew up in San Jose.
Bay Area?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's your ethnicity?
My parents are from India.
India? Okay. Are you familiar who your people go back to in the Bible? Your ancestors?
In the Bible, I think some people would call us, I don't think we were recorded in the Bible. We're too far east, I imagine. But, I don't know. What do they call the Europeans? Like, where are the Europeans supposed to be from the Bible?
The Europeans, so-called Caucasian Europeans, are supposed to be so-called the descendants of Edom, the Edomites, right?
Edom, or I guess, yeah, in your guys' thing, they're Edomites. But there's also
correct.
the
so-called Indians or the Hindus, right? And over there, those would be descendants of the Elamites.
The Elamites.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are different. They sound similar, but they're different.
No, yeah, the Elamites. I'd agree in some sense. There's this Elamo-Dravidian hypothesis,
right,
which connects like those two groups.
Right. We find that through history and archaeology, right?
Yeah.
You heard of the Persian Empire?
Yeah, the Sassanids and all that.
Yeah. So we have recorded. Are you familiar with the Saki people, though?
The which?
The Saki people.
Saki.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Right, so there's a specific part of people in India, right? Their leader is called Jacob, right? And those people over there, they keep a lot of the Mosaic laws, right? They grow beards, they have fringes, they circumcise. That's different than the different, the pantheons in India, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a couple, I would say it's one of the most least heard about religions over there.
And these aren't like the Jews in Kerala. They're a separate group.
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
So they're a different group, right? So according to the Bible, do you subscribe to the Bible? Do you study it at all?
Yeah.
Okay, so according to the Bible, the children of Israel were scattered throughout the whole world, right?
Yeah.
Into every country.
10 lost tribes.
Yeah, 12 lost tribes, correct, right? So we actually have recordings that some of our brothers and sisters today are still in India, right? So that's how we're able to know their culture is different from every other culture in India over there. They have different cultures, traditions, and customs that don't relate to anybody over there, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how we're able to know. We actually had a couple of brothers travel to India to go meet them themselves to go talk about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I would say probably go check that out.
Yeah. And I'm curious, like, what is the how are blacks and Latinos related, like in the genetic ancestry that you guys subscribe to?
So, like I just mentioned, give me scattered to all tribes of on 30, right?
The Bible?
Yes, that's the Bible. I think it might be 32 and 39 actually.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 4:27, right? So it was a prophecy given unto our God, right, to our people, that for not obeying the laws, right, God said, this is everything that I need you to do, and if you don't do it and you break my rules, I'm gonna scatter you to all the nations on the earth, right? You want to be specifically because of idolatry. Other nations have different gods, right? Obviously, right? Different deities, right? So some of the Israelites wanted to go to the other nations and follow after their ways, their gods, their cultures. God said, if you want to do that, fine, I'm going to let you have it, but this is what's going to happen to you. I'm going to curse you, right? So give me that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 27.
Right.
And the Lord shall scatter you among the nations, and you shall be left few in number among the heathen. whither the Lord shall lead you.
Right? So he said he was going to scatter us among the nations, among the heathens, right? Right? And we will be few in numbers, like I said over there, right? So through history and archaeology, we can see that the so-called African Americans today, right, along with in the Caribbeans and the West Indians, right, and the Haitians, right? Those would be the so-called Jews today, the southern people, the tribe of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. We know that because in history, we can see that the so-called African Americans, when they came over here, they recorded the last names. I mean, their names were Hebrew names, right? They came over here singing Hebrew songs, right? What is it like? Kumbaya, my Lord, right? Kumbaya. Those are Hebrew words. That means to rise, my God, right? To fight for us, help us, right? And hallelujah, right? These are all Hebrew words they were singing over here. All the slaves had Hebrew last names, right? Not only that, when you look at where they were drafted, are you familiar with the transatlantic slave trade? Right? So the transatlantic slave trade approximately happened in the early 1500s, yeah, right, late 1500s, right? The first people that were taken from that slave trade were Puerto Ricans, right? Puerto Ricans were the first people that were transported from Puerto Rico to Spain, right? They took their kings from Puerto Rico and took them to Spain and all that.
Like the native Puerto Rican.
Yeah, the Tainos, right? Yeah. So that was actually a prophecy that was going to happen, right? Right. Or something that Deuteronomy 28. The kings, and then worship God, all. Give me that.
Information that's been out since the 50s actually before.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Right, so basically the reason why I'm saying this is because when the Europeans came over to the west coast of Africa where the slave trade was, right, they gathered a certain type of people. They didn't go around all Africa, going to the Ethiopians, going to like all the different Egyptians and all this other stuff, right? West Africans, that's where the slave trade happened, the slave coast, that's what it's called. If you look, there's a place there in the map, there's maps there that were previously before Columbus came and the conquistadors came, that land was called the land of Judah, the kingdom of Judah, right? They had different customs, like I said, everywhere you go, it's going to be a common theme. The specific people that aren't from there, that don't belong there, they all share certain customs, right? They had high priests, they did ceremonies, they wore tassels, you know what I'm saying, fringes, that separated them from everybody else in their land. Like I said, God is going to scatter us into every land, every country. There would be a group of people in every country that was different from everybody else. So that's what it is, right? So they got brought over here on slave ships, right? Brought over here. This is give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68, right? Because this is another prophecy too.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
The Lord's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships, right? The word Egypt in Hebrew is Messianic, right? That means, right? So it actually means bring captivity or prison, right? Exodus 20. Hey, Nico.
Yes, we actually do.
You have flyers. Right? Exodus 22. Hermano, ¿cómo estás? Ay, Dios te bendiga. Voy a hablar con ustedes ahorita. So, what's it called? So,
Book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 2.
Right.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
out of the land of Egypt, okay?
out of the house of bondage.
That word means house of bondage, right? In our culture, it's synonymous with slavery. Because I don't know if you're familiar with the Israelites were slaves, right? Now go back to that. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28, 68. The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
God's going to bring us into Egypt again with ships. Go ahead.
By the way wherefore I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
But the way that we spoke unto us, we wouldn't see that Egypt again no more, right? Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Here in this land, we would be sold as to our enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, slave women, and nobody will buy us. If you go into that Hebrew word, the word buy means redeem. Nobody's going to come here and take us out. That's why when black and Hispanic people were on slavery, there was a protest. There was a people going to war that helped us enslave us. Like, hey, that's not right. We shouldn't be doing that. Where's the uproar from all the nations? Let's go help these people. Nobody said nothing, right? You know what I'm saying? It says the nation would be in Egypt again, right? Yeah, because this is how we know that this is that place that we're talking about. Like the black and Hispanics put together, right?
Revelation chapter 11 verse 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
The Israelites' bodies shall lie in the great city.
God, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
This place is spiritually, it's not real Egypt, it's spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? That's why we have this on the back of our dollars here today. This is spiritual. This is the reason why there's Greek written on the back of the dollars, why we have obelisks in Washington, why we have a pyramid on the back of our dollar. This is the spiritual city of Egypt, right? God said he would send us into a spiritual Egypt again, but not the last Egypt. He said we wouldn't see that place again. It's going to be a new place where we would be put on slave ships and we would serve our enemies for 500 years, right? Now, after it's still a total coincidence, after 500 years, the Immaculation Proclamation happened and the slaves were freed here in America, right? It's only been a little bit over 100 years since slavery was abolished, right? But not knowingly, through the 13th Amendment, slavery is still active, right? If you break this country's laws, you would have to serve them in the prisons and jail cells, right? And that's actually okay. That's how we prove. If you got any questions about that, I could.
Yeah, I'm curious about like what the relation is with like the traditional like black Hebrews or like groups, or is it the same thing? Because would they reject Latino identity as part of
the biggest groups, all right, that are categorized as black Hebrews, no, they wouldn't. Are there specific groups that would reject Latinos? Yes, there is. But those guys aren't on the streets. The main people that are on the streets teaching, coming out week in and week out, risking their lives, are preaching black and Hispanics. Right. So going.
And what is the ultimate kind of vision? Is there still like a Messiah figure that you guys are looking for?
Yeah, correct. So we subscribe to the Bible, right? We subscribe to the Bible. We believe everything that the Bible says. So the Messiah is included in the Bible, right?
But like the Old Testament, like you subscribe to the Old Testament as well.
Right. Yeah.
So did the Messiah?
He did, and the second coming is coming according to prophecy, right? So according to prophecy, the first Messiah had to die, right, for our sins, right? Matthew 21, right? The Messiah had to die according to the prophecy of the Old Testament. If you didn't, like a checklist, if you didn't go off on every checklist, he wouldn't be the Messiah, right? So go ahead and look at that verse 21.
God, the book of Matthew chapter 1 verse 21.
Right.
And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call him his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins.
So-called Jesus, right? Because that's what the world calls him, right? So-called Jesus, that come and die for his people and his sins. Right? Because a lot of people would say that Jesus came to die for all his people, everybody, right? We don't subscribe to that up here, right?
God, this is book of Matthew chapter 2 verse 6. And now Bethlehem in the land of Judah are not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of these shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel.
Right, out of these shall come a governor, right? The governor, our king, our ruler, the person that's going to come in with each one, come to save our people. Read the last part.
That shall rule my people Israel.
Israel. It doesn't say he's coming for a whole star of love, right?
Nick, was your
I don't think they do it. Hey, come talk to us, bro. Come talk to us, bro. Right. So, you see how an Elamite, man, an Elamite will come over here and listen patiently, respectfully, right? But where are our brothers and sisters coming in to trying to learn, bro? The heathen wants to hear this stuff before our brothers and sisters, right? So the heathens want to learn what we're doing up here, man. But our people, we're worried about the new episode of Baddies East coming, or West coming out tomorrow. We're worried about the new Jordans coming out, right? Where can we go buy a zip for cheaper, bro? We're worried about all the wrong things, man. We should be worrying about these law, statutes, and commandments. Why we should be worried about these prophecies that are coming soon to unveil on our people, man. Right? These are the things we should have on our mind. We should be meditating, bro. How you doing, brother? How you doing, sister? God bless. Right? So that's why we're coming out here, man. Coming out here to warn our people, man. Right. Tell our people, educate our people, man. Right? And it seemed like that Elamite, he knew a little bit about, he heard about us before, man. So he had a couple questions, right? And it's not a problem. We can tell these heathens. I should have told him in his judgment, really, what was going to happen, right? But it wasn't on my spirit to do so, man. Once I got in, told me to do something, that's what it is. But, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they're going to escape that judgment, though. You know, it's going to fall on their head, man, for what they did, man. And,
Look, think about my forefathers, hold the spirits, rest in peace. I've been bidden to the marriage, so you can catch me on the street. And we don't do no hiding, slime through right on feet. Iron sharpens iron, if you my brother, we don't beef. Just because we got Bibles, don't you think that shit sweet? Keep a G26 on my waist when I teach. Even though they still walking, in the spirit they deceased. Even if they try to kill me, pray the Lord my soul to keep. Look, and if they try to kill me, pray the Lord my soul to keep. And big shout out Sakari on the block with MFB. We be looking for the smoke, and I ain't talking about no weed.